Beth by Carl Sandburg. Read for LibriVox.org by Clarica. A man saw the whole world as a grinning skull and crossbones. The rose flesh of life shriveled from all faces. Nothing counts. Everything is a fake. Dust to dust and ashes to ashes, and then an old darkness and a useless silence. So he saw it all. Then he went to a Misha Elman concert. 2 hours waves of sound beat on his eardrums. Music washed something or other inside him. Music broke down and rebuilt something or other in his head and heart. He joined in 5 encores for the young Russian Jew with the fiddle. When he got outside, his heels hit the sidewalk a new way. He was the same man in the same world as before. Only there was a singing fire and a climb of roses everlastingly over the world he looked on. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Chilly Night by Christina Rossetti. Read for LibriVox.org by Debbie Trencher. A chilly night. I rose at the dead of night and went to the lattice alone to look for my mother's ghost where the ghostly moonlight shone. My friends had failed one by one, middle-aged, young, and old, till the ghosts were warmer to me than my friends that had grown cold. I looked and I saw the ghosts dotting plain and mound. They stood in the blank moonlight, but no shadow lay on the ground. They spoke without a voice, and they leaped without a sound. I called, "Oh, my mother dear!" I sobbed, "Oh, my mother kind! Make a lonely bed for me, and shelter it from the wind. Tell the others not to come to see me night or day, but I need not tell my friends to be sure to keep away." My mother raised her eyes. They were blank and could not see, yet they held me with their stare, while they seemed to look at me. She opened her mouth and spoke. I could not hear a word, while my flesh crept on my bones, and every hair was stirred. She knew that I could not hear the message that she told, whether I had long to wait, or soon should sleep in the mold. I saw her toss her shadowless hair, and wring her hands in the cold. I strained to catch her words, and she strained to make me hear, but never a sound of words fell on my straining ear. From midnight to the cock-crow I kept my watch in pain, while the subtle ghosts grew subtler in the sad night on the wane. From midnight to the cock-crow I watched till all were gone, some to sleep in the shifting sea, and some under turf and stone. Living had failed, and dead had failed, and I was indeed alone. This is the end of the poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Dog by Ivan Turgenev. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Davis Drake. Us two in the room, my dog and me. Outside a fearful storm is howling. The dog sits in front of me and looks me straight in the face, and I, too, look into his face. He wants, it seems, to tell me something. He is dumb. He is without words. He does not understand himself. But I understand him. I understand that at this instant there is living in him and in me the same feeling, that there is no difference between us. We are the same, in each of us, there burns and shines the same trembling spark. Death sweeps down with a wave of its chill broad wing. And the end. Who then can discern what was the spark that glowed in each of us? No, we are not beast and man that glance at one another. They are the eyes of equals, those eyes riveted on one another. And in each of these, in the beast and in the man, the same life huddles up in fear close to the other. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
For Beauty Being the Best of All We Know by Robert Bridges. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Davis Drake. For beauty being the best of all we know sums up the unsearchable and secret aims of nature, and on joys whose earthly names were never told can form and sense bestow. And man has sped his instinct to outgo the step of science, and against her shames imagination stakes out heavenly claims, building a tower above the head of woe. Nor is there fairer work for beauty found than that she win in nature her release from all the woes that in the world abound. Nay, with his sorrow may his love increase, if from man's greater need beauty redound, and claim his tears for homage of his peace. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
In a Library by Emily Dickinson. Read for LibriVox.org by Jerome Lawsen. December 2007. A precious mouldering pleasure it is to meet an antique book, in just the dress his century wore, a privilege, I think. His venerable hand to take, and warming in our own, a passage back or two to make, to times when he was young. His quaint opinions to inspect, his knowledge to unfold, on what concerns our mutual mind, the literature of old. What interested scholars most, what competitions ran, when Plato was a certainty, and Sophocles a man. When Sappho was a living girl, and Beatrice wore the gown that Dante deified, facts, centuries before. He traverses familiar, as one should come to town, and tell you all your dreams were true. He lived where dreams were sown. His presence is enchantment. You beg him not to go. Old volumes shake their vellum heads, and tantalize, just so. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Meet Me in the Green Glen by John Clare. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Davis Drake. Love, meet me in the green glen, beside the tall elm tree, where the sweetbriar smells so sweet again. There come with me, meet me in the green glen. Meet me at the sunset, down in the green glen, where we've often met by hawthorn tree and fox's den. Meet me in the green glen. Meet me in the green glen by sweetbriar bushes there. Meet me by your own sen, where the wild thyme blossoms fair. Meet me in the green glen. Meet me by the sweetbriar, by the molehill swelling there. When the west glows like a fire, God's crimson bed is there. Meet me in the green glen. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Megalosaurus by Babette Deutsch. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Davis Drake. A monster, like a mountain, leathern-limbed, with eyes of sluggish ore and claws of stone, he heaved his thunder-throated body, rimmed by marsh fires human eyes have never known. A monolith carved out of savage night. He hid in his impenetrable hide, muscle and blood, and nerves to sense delight and agony that tore him when he died. The clumsy terror of his frame was gone the way of his blind, simple savagery. Out of his casual bones, men built the dawn that bore and bred such brutish games as he, but still endures his dull, confounding shape in wars of the wise offspring of the ape. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Mirage by Christina Rossetti. This is a LibriVox recording. The hope I dreamed of was a dream, was but a dream, and now I wake, exceeding comfortless, and worn and old, for a dream's sake. I hang my harp upon a tree, a weeping willow in a lake. I hang my silenced harp there, wrung and snapped, for a dream's sake. Lie still, my breaking heart, my silent heart, lie still and break. Life and the world and mine own self are changed for a dream's sake. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Old Age by Carolyn Clive. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Davis Drake. Thou hast been wronged, I think, old age. Thy sovereign reign comes not in wrath. Thou callest us home from pilgrimage, spreadest the seat, and clearest the hearth. The hopes and fears that shook our youth by thee are turned to a certainty. I see my boy become a man. I hold my girl's girl on my knee. Whate'er of good has been, dost thou in the departed past make sure? Whate'er has changed from weal to woe, thy comrade death stands nigh to cure. And once or twice in age there shines brief gladness, as when winter weaves in frosty days o'er naked trees, a sudden splendor of white leaves. The past revives, and thoughts return, which kindled once the youthful breast. They light us, though no more they burn. They turn to gray, and are at rest. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
On this day I complete my 36th year. By Lord George Gordon Byron. Read for LibriVox.org by David Butler. 'Tis time this heart should be unmoved, since others it hath ceased to move. Yet, though I cannot be beloved, still let me love. My days are in the yellow leaf. The flowers and fruits of love are gone. The worm, the canker, and the grief are mine alone. The fire that on my bosom preys is lone as some volcanic isle. No torch is kindled at its blaze, a funeral pile. The hope, the fear, the jealous care, the exalted portion of the pain and power of love I cannot share, but wear the chain. But 'tis not thus, and 'tis not here, such thoughts should shake my soul, nor now, where glory decks the hero's bier, or binds his brow. The sword, the banner, and the field, glory and Greece around me see. The Spartan, borne upon his shield, was not more free. Awake! Not Greece, she is awake. Awake my spirit! Think through whom thy lifeblood tracks its parent lake, and then strike home. Tread those reviving passions down, unworthy manhood. Unto thee indifferent should the smile or frown of beauty be. If thou regrettest thy youth, why live? The land of honorable death is here. Up to the field and give away thy breath. Seek out, less often sought than found, a soldier's grave, for thee the best. Then look around and choose thy ground, and take thy rest. At Missolonghi, January 22nd, 1824. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Pessimist by Ben King. Read for LibriVox.org by Elaine Hamby. The Pessimist. Nothing to do but work. Nothing to eat but food. Nothing to wear but clothes to keep one from going nude. Nothing to breathe but air. Quick as a flash 'tis gone. Nowhere to fall but off. Nowhere to stand but on. Nothing to comb but hair. Nowhere to sleep but in bed. Nothing to weep but tears. Nothing to bury but dead. Nothing to sing but songs. Ah well, alas, alack. Nowhere to go but out. Nowhere to come but back. Nothing to see but sights. Nothing to quench but thirst. Nothing to have but what we've got. Thus through life we are cursed. Nothing to strike but a gate. Everything moves that goes. Nothing at all but common sense can ever withstand these woes. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. To volunteer for LibriVox, please visit LibriVox.org.
Red-Headed Restaurant Cashier by Carl Sandburg. Read for LibriVox.org by Clarica. Shake back your hair, O red-headed girl. Let go your laughter and keep your 2 proud freckles on your chin. Somewhere is a man looking for a red-headed girl, and someday maybe he will look into your eyes for a restaurant cashier and find a lover, maybe. Around and around go 10,000 men hunting a red-headed girl with 2 freckles on her chin. I have seen them hunting, hunting. Shake back your hair, let go your laughter. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Rock Me to Sleep by Elizabeth Akers Allen. Pen name Florence Percy. Read for LibriVox by Elaine Hamby. Backward, turn backward, O time in your flight. Make me a child again just for tonight. Mother, come back from the echoless shore. Take me again to your heart as of yore. Kiss from my forehead the furrows of care. Smooth the few silver threads out of my hair. Over my slumbers your loving watch keep. Rock me to sleep, mother, rock me to sleep. Backward, flow backward, O tide of the years. I am so weary of toil and of tears. Toil without recompense, tears all in vain. Take them and give me my childhood again. I have grown weary of dust and decay, weary of flinging my soul wealth away, weary of sowing for others to reap. Rock me to sleep, mother, rock me to sleep. Tired of the hollow, the base, the untrue, mother, oh mother, my heart calls for you. Many a summer the grass has grown green, blossomed and faded, our faces between. Yet with strong yearning and passionate pain, long I tonight for your presence again. Come from the silence so long and so deep. Rock me to sleep, mother, rock me to sleep. Over my heart in the days that are flown, no love like mother love ever has shone. No other worship abides and endures, faithful, unselfish, and patient like yours. None like a mother can charm away pain from the sick soul and the world-weary brain. Slumber's soft calm o'er my heavy lids creep. Rock me to sleep, mother, rock me to sleep. Come, let your brown hair, just lighted with gold, fall on your shoulders again as of old. Let it drop over my forehead tonight, shading my faint eyes away from the light. For with its sunny-edged shadows once more haply will throng the sweet visions of yore. Lovingly, softly, its bright billows sweep. Rock me to sleep, mother, rock me to sleep. Mother, dear mother, the years have been long since I last listened your lullaby song. Sing then, and unto my soul it shall seem womanhood's years have been only a dream. Clasped to your breast in a loving embrace, with your light lashes just sweeping my face, never hereafter to wake or to weep. Rock me to sleep, mother, rock me to sleep. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Schoolboys in Winter by John Clare. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Davis Drake. The schoolboys still their morning ramble take to neighboring village school with playing speed, loitering with pastime's leisure till they quake, oft looking up the wild geese droves to heed, watching the letters which their journeys make, or plucking haws on which their field fares feed, and hips and slows, and on each shallow lake make glib slides, where they, like shadows, go till some fresh pastimes in their minds awake. Then off they start anew, and hasty blow their numbed and clumsing fingers till they glow. Then races with their shadows wildly run that stride huge giants o'er the shining snow in the pale splendor of the winter sun. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Sea Dirge by William Shakespeare. Full fathom 5 thy father lies, of his bones are coral made, those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth fade, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. Sea nymphs hourly ring his knell. Hark, now I hear them, ding, dong, bell. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Shiloh, a Requiem by Herman Melville. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Davis Drake. Skimming lightly wheeling still, the swallows fly low over the field in clouded days, the forest field of Shiloh, over the field where April rain solaced the parched one stretched in pain through the pause of night that followed the Sunday fight around the church of Shiloh, the church so lone, the log-built one, that echoed to many a parting groan and natural prayer, of dying foemen mingled there, foemen at morn, but friends at eve, fame or country less their care. What like a bullet can undeceive? But now they lie low, while over them the swallows skim, and all is hushed at Shiloh. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Siege of Belgrade by Alaric Alexander Watts. Read for LibriVox.org by Beth Peat at Reading, UK. An Austrian army, awfully arrayed, boldly by battery besieged Belgrade. Cossack commanders cannonading come, dealing destruction's devastating doom. Every endeavour engineers essay, for fame, for fortune fighting, furious fray. Generals 'gainst generals grapple, gracious God, how honours heaven heroic hardihood. Infuriate, indiscriminate in ill, kindred kill kinsmen, kinsmid kindred kill. Labour low levels longest, loftiest lines, men march mid mounds, mid moles, mid murderous mines. Now noxious, noisy numbers nothing, naught of outward obstacles opposing aught. Poor patriots partly purchased, partly pressed, quite quaking, quickly quarter, quest. Reason returns, religious right redounds, Suwarrow stops such sanguinary sounds. Truce to thee, Turkey, triumph to thy train, unwise, unjust, unmerciful Ukraine. Vanish vain victory, vanish victory vain. Why wish we warfare? Wherefore welcome were Xerxes, Ximenes, Xanthus, Xavier? Yield, yield, ye youths, ye yeomen, yield your yell. Zeus, Zarpater's, Zoroaster's zeal, attracting all, arms against acts appeal. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Solitary Hearted by Hartley Coleridge. She was a queen of noble nature's crowning. A smile of hers was like an act of grace. She had no winsome looks, no pretty frowning, like daily beauties of the vulgar race. But if she smiled, a light was on her face, a clear, cool kindliness, a lunar beam of peaceful radiance, silvering o'er the stream of human thought with unabiding glory. Not quite a waking truth, not quite a dream, a visitation, bright and transitory. But she is changed, hath felt the touch of sorrow. No love hath she, no understanding friend. O grief, when heaven is forced of earth to borrow what the poor niggard earth has not to lend. But when the stalk is snapped, the rose must bend. The tallest flower that skyward rears its head grows from the common ground, and there must shed its delicate petals. Cruel fate, too surely, that they should find so base a bridal bed, who lived in virgin pride, so sweet and purely. She had a brother and a tender father, and she was loved, but not as others are from whom we ask return of love, but rather as one might love a dream, a phantom fair, of something exquisitely strange and rare, which all were glad to look on, men and maids, yet no one claimed, as oft in dewy glades The peering primrose, like a sudden gladness, gleams on the soul, yet unregarded fades. The joy is ours, but all its own the sadness. 'Tis vain to say, her worst grief is only the common lot which all the world have known. To her 'tis more, because her heart is lonely, and yet she hath no strength to stand alone. Once she had playmates, fancies of her own, and she did love them. They are passed away, as fairies vanish at the break of day, and like a spectre of an age departed, or unsphered angel woefully astray, she glides along, the solitary hearted. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To a Child Dancing in the Wind by William Butler Yeats. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Davis Drake. Dance there upon the shore. What need have you to care for wind or water's roar? And tumble out your hair that the salt drops have wet. Being young, you have not known the fool's triumph, nor yet love lost as soon as won, nor the best laborer dead, and all the sheaves to bind. What need have you to dread the monstrous crying of wind? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To the Gossamer-Light by Charles Tennyson Turner. Read for LibriVox.org by Elaine Hamby. Quick gleam that ridest on the gossamer, how oft I see thee with thy wavering lance tilt at the midges in their evening dance, a gentle joust set on by summer air. How oft I watch thee from my garden chair, and, failing that, I search the lawns and bowers to find thee floating o'er the fruits and flowers, and doing thy sweet work in silence there. Thou art the poet's darling ever sought, in the fair garden or the breezy mead. The wind dismounts thee not, thy buoyant thread is as the sonnet, poising one bright thought, that moves but does not vanish, borne along, like light, a golden drift through all the song. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.